This pack is so big, your mama called angry because it was taking all the jokes from her. Alright, so this is the M97 Belgian Rucksack. This is 120 liters. It is in the beautiful, esoteric Jigsaw pattern. Let me give you your 360. And Jigsaw came about in the late 1900s. Now, what is Jigsaw? It's used by the Belgians, and it's this weird, looks like a puzzle being put together, right? Jigsaw. It got replaced in officially 2022, I believe. They are swapping over to the accursed and overused OCP pattern, or multicam, or a variation thereof. Seems like everybody's doing it, and that's the reason why we're getting so much random surplus on the US market now, because these weird patterns that made everybody unique, yeah, everybody wants to be one conglomerate. And also, don't come at me for saying that this pack is from the late 1900s. Guess what? I'm from the late 1900s. If you belong to that club, stretch in the morning. It probably is. You should be stretching a little bit more. Take some fish oil for the joints, and ibuprofen is your friend, right? Yeah, I'm aging. I know some white hair popping up in my beard and bags under my eyes. You know, come at me. Anywho, the pack has probably the most comfortable frame set that I have worn yet as far as military packs go. Civilian market is ahead as far as comfort, and this follows those trends. So we are talking about an internal frame pack. It has 2 aluminum staves. The straps, much like the Dutch, if you watch my Dutch Sting video and how the straps are adjustable, these adjust very much in the same way. We have a very thick padded waist belt, and then we have good shoulder straps. There's a feature, because of how big this pack is, look at this. Okay, we have these, do not mean that, okay? I'll do it again. Anyway, these shoulder straps, they have loops on them. So then if you're going long distance, you know, 20 miles or so, and you want to pull some of this weight up and hold it with your hand instead of on your waist, you can do that. You can shift, you know, if you're pulling to one side for a little bit. And also, if you're at one of those jobs where they yell at you for sticking your hands in your pockets, but you don't know what to do with your hands because you're not really doing anything at the moment, hey, somebody was thinking ahead with this, okay? There is a quick release on one side of this pack, so we have a normal cinch right here, but on the other side, much like the Philby system, we have a pull tab that we yank on this, and it would release this one side, so then we can swim out this other side very easily. The buckle is a Berghaus style buckle. For those of you that do not know, flip this up and it falls apart, right? This is not a side release. There is a male end. If you're going to put this together, you're going to pinch the tail of the strap to the main part of the strap, and then you're going to feed this through like a male to female. Oh my goodness, he made a joke. Flip it through like a stopper and draw it down tight. And actually, once you get used to it, it's a very simple system. And I don't think it's going to break as often as a side release buckles would, because you're not dealing with those 2 prongs on the side anymore, where the stress of the plastic is being spread out over the entire thing whenever you're under particularly heavy loads or using this for long periods of time, right? The waist belt has additional straps on the back here that you can draw the pack in tighter. As far as waist sizes, I am sitting at the 36 mark. You have that much more straps to work with for your waist. So if you're a particularly large guy, you know, 64 inches, you probably should get a pack and start going rucking, but you might have to shrink down a little bit before you'll fit this, right? So with most European surplus, they're a little bit smaller than us, both in size and in gut, unless you're talking about the Nordic countries, and then everything's pretty much the same size, is what it is. Anyways, whenever you're using a quick release, make sure you undo your sternum strap, because if you drop this and it chokes you, you're a fucking dumbass. The pack itself, I'm going to just take this off and get this on the camera. I'm going to put this on the ground and do a closer up of it, but while we're at it, you can see that is actually probably one of the most comfortable straps or frame sets that I've worn yet. You can see how thick the fucking 3D cell padding is on these things. Yes, I am trying to sell you something, because I am sponsored. Today's video, oh, drum roll please, is sponsored by nobody. It's sponsored by me, Paxton Creek Supply. If you want to see more videos like this, you know, go ahead and take a look at my website. I got the links down below, but why am I putting this back on? I'm going to drop it on the ground for you and take a look. Ew. Alright guys, so I removed the rocket packs off of the main rucksack. These are just zippered on, 1, 2, and this is a standard size. If you want to mix match camos, you will fit most DPM style or British style rocket packs. They will fit onto this bag, but I took it off so you can see the features of the bag itself more easily. We do not have, for whatever reason, we do not have side compression straps. I would have thought something this big they would have added something like that, but we just have these zippered attachment points for the rocket packs. They do create pass-throughs whenever they are attached. We have the canteen pouch on each side. The lid, as in the previous video you would have seen on the Flectorn Combat Rucksack, we have a elastic binding around the top of the packs, or around the pack's lid, so that it binds around the top of the pack a lot nicer. There is 2 draw or carry handles, 1 and 2 on both sides, so you can pick it up like a suitcase, right? On the pack itself, the main body, we have a sleep system divider right about here, or a shelf divider that is closed by a drawstring, just like on the Rainfly. You have a zippered compartment on the bottom for accessing sleeping gear. You can fit the MSS system into the bottom here, and then you have compression straps for the bottom, you have compression straps for the top. On the lid itself, you have this large rectangular rigid pouch. It has like this plastic square or rectangle inside the lid to give it some shape, and it has YKK zippers. And then up on top you have straps for putting down, like a foam mat or something, if you want to carry that up on top. You guys know how I feel about stuff on top of my pack. The waist straps, the shoulder straps are adjustable for height. There is a series of buckles and Velcro on the inside here, and you can draw this up, you can draw this down to adjust your ride height. If you want to wear it with like belt gear, or I would not wear something this big with belt gear, to be honest. I mean, unless you really cinch it down and it's sitting up high. It's a big freaking pack. Chest rigs, yeah, I would probably do that. But I'm an American, what the fuck do I know? The rocket pouches, let me get these here. The rocket pouches zipper together, and these have much thicker closed cell foam than what I normally see on rocket pouches for the straps. Normally it's like an afterthought for the strap, but this is a lot thicker and I would think would be more comfortable than some of the previous ones that I've tried. When you zipper these together, let me get this for you real quick. You want the top of the straps to be on the tri-glides closest to each other, and then the bottoms you want to be on the furthest one. So it'll be on an angle on the pack itself, because you're putting this up on your neck, right, and then your body's on the bottom. It's like a backpack, right? Don't put them backwards. You ain't gonna have a good time with it. The pouches themselves are different as far as the zippers go. So with one of them, we have a zipper that goes around the 3 sides, and then it opens like this is the top, and it would open like a book. Whereas this other one's more of a pouch. It has a zipper, excuse me, has a zipper going around the top only, so it's more like a deep pouch with this one. But you can drop this big pack back at camp. You don't gotta carry around all that extra weight, right? And then you can throw on one of these rocket packs. And honestly, after using the Philby system and after using the European system a little bit, I'm becoming a fan of the rocket pack system. It's simple, it's easy, and it flows better, I think, than what the Philby does. You can't do as much with it, right, as far as attaching additional stuff and what have you. But generally, I'm not carrying a lot in the first place when I go out. If I'm just taking a small pack, you know, I'm going to have all my stuff in the big pack and what have you. So, Belgian Jigsaw rucksack. I'm going to give you a little bit more footage. Each one of these being worn separately. Give me one sec. All right, rocket pouches. All right, and the main rucksack. So overall, it's probably more of a pack than what a lot of you guys need, but they're not making them anymore, and they're on the surplus market, still fairly affordable. If you want one, I have a link below, paxtonsupply.com. If you have any questions that I did not get to on this pack, drop it down below in the comments, and I will see you next time. Enjoy.